Hey everyone, this is Christina D, aka Shorter Than the Easel, with a new video. It's been a while, long time no see, but this is something I've been meaning to make, and it's something important that I need to get out there, because let's consider this a bit of a story time and a warning for any fellow ArtStation users. Now, back on November 10th, the 10th of this month, well, as of filming this, I got an email about a job offer. If it were real, it could have changed everything for me. It could have been the biggest thing ever. And this was a job offer, supposedly for a big game studio, for concept art and character art and all of that. Now, they said in the email that they had found me through ArtStation. They saw my profile and they liked it. I made tons of posts on this over on my Twitter, so if you want more detail on the situation, I've shared screen caps from the emails and even a bit from the chat interview that I had over on there, and links to that are in my description. But they posed as a big gaming studio, and they basically had a very legit looking job offer. It's not unusual to get job offers via email, and it looked like every other offer I've gotten in the past. It also isn't unusual for big gaming studios like the one they posed as to use ArtStation to recruit different artists for their projects. Granted, I could just say the name of the studio because they technically had no part in this, and I have found no way to contact them to warn them. I have tried tagging them on Twitter just to give them a heads up that someone is posing as them, and you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna say it. They were posing as Retro Studios. Because, I mean, they technically had no actual part in this. So it wouldn't hurt them. But had the job been real, it could have been life-changing. The pay was a believable amount. It was a very legit-looking email. The only thing that I should have seen as a red flag was the offer to do a chat interview ASAP, had I decided to go through with it. And I did go through with the interview portion, or at least the first half of it, because I did start catching on as the interview went on. Now, they offered it through an app they said was like Spark, which is apparently a popular e-commerce or business type app. But the catch on these apps, they had me use Telegram and look up a certain user, but the catch is that it's a chat-based app where you can delete and clear the whole chat history at any given moment if you so choose. That should have been my red flag right there. But I was so hyped in the moment, even though I did let myself cool down. It should have been my red flag immediately. But luckily I did catch on later before they could really get anything. Alright, and I just found my notes that I made for this. Apparently the app, they said it was Slack. That's what it was, Slack. A chat-based business app. Now, because I did actually contact them through the app they suggested, which was Telegram, I went through the first half of the interview. Now, the interview started off like any other interview would. Typical questions, how do you work under pressure, stuff like that. But then, as it went on, it got very fishy. They just wanted to move very quickly. They started offering to send me a check via mobile pay and mobile banking to pay for a MacBook. That would be a company MacBook, customized with my name on it, and to buy the programs that I would be using, which all seemed like legit programs to use, but they were moving oddly quickly. Luckily for me, I also have people that I live with that I can consult when things look fishy too, to get their opinion on it, and they agreed. They were helping me through this. And yeah, no, then they wanted to get more information from me, personal information, including my driver's license and a picture of that. Which is when I was like, can I contact you tomorrow? And they caught on that I was getting suspicious, or getting cautious. But another red flag that I noticed throughout the later half of the chat interview was that they started losing their grammar. They started speaking in more broken English. It stopped sounding as professional as it had started. So when I eventually asked them if I could contact them the following day, they asked me if I wasn't comfortable giving them my information. And just so I could make it sound like I wasn't catching on to them possibly being a scam, I said, I just want to give myself time to think about it. And as I was typing that in, luckily before this I had caught a screenshot of that last bit of the conversation, which is on my Twitter. As I was typing that in, they cleared the chat completely. And then that was that. Like I said, after that, I made a bunch of posts over on my Twitter about it. I warned people of what to look out for. I contacted ArtStation. They said they're going to be working on documentation for when similar things happen in the future, because apparently other artists have been contacting them on a similar situation. And I've been receiving so many replies and comments on those Twitter posts about people getting the exact email or a similar email from someone posing as Retro Studios or other game studios, because I know I also got another email that same day that looked very similar, with a very similar suggestion of how to contact them for an immediate interview. And it said it was from Big Fish Games. So clearly this is a recent problem that a lot of artists are running into, and these people are saying that they found us through ArtStation. And that's not even the biggest problem here. It's like after that went down, after I found out it was a scam, it hit harder than anything. Like, I couldn't even be angry. I just felt numb. I felt used. I felt taken advantage of. It was almost like I felt worthless. It was horrible. And that feeling lasted for days after that. Because, again, if that had been a real offer, it could have been life-changing. So to any other artists out there, if you're using ArtStation, please keep an eye out for any email about a job offer that seems too good to be true, and asking to use apps like Telegram or something similar to Slack to contact them for an immediate interview. Unfortunately, it's a scam. And I was close to almost having my identity and my money stolen because of it.